Two words almost guaranteed to send the media into a frenzy of speculation, politicians scurrying to the negotiating table, and the markets into meltdown. Hung Parliament. But it doesn't have to be this way. A hung parliament is when no party manages to win a majority of the 650 seats in the House of Commons. To be able to pass laws and inspire confidence, a party must hold 323 of them. If it doesn't win outright, it must make alliances with other parties, either formally through a coalition or in a more ad hoc vote-by-vote way. Although the UK electorate has come to see hung parliaments as calamitous, in reality it's not that unusual. The last government was formed in a hung parliament, and in the 20th century in the UK, half the 20 administrations were coalitions or minority governments. The UK's most notable hung parliament was in 1974, against a backdrop of miners' strikes and rolling blackouts. Edward Heath, the incumbent Conservative Premier, won the most votes, but not the most seats, and couldn't persuade other parties into an alliance. His Labour opponent, Harold Wilson, took over, but his minority government only lasted 8 months, a period characterised by short-termism and constant electioneering, before it failed and a whole new vote was held. In other countries, hung parliaments are the norm rather than the exception. Germany very rarely has a majority government. New Zealand elections have resulted in continuous hung parliaments since 1996. The world record for not having a proper government is held by Belgium, whose political class finally struck a deal after 541 days of a caretaker administration. This is particularly true where proportional representation is the electoral system. There, if a party gains 40% of the vote, it's allocated around 40% of the seats. This often leads to minority control. It differs from the British system of first past the post, where parties are awarded a seat per constituency regardless of how many people voted for them. The formation of a stable government relies on politicians putting their differences and sometimes even their principles aside.
The Prime Minister.
Thank you.
And if they can't do that, there's always another election. Laura Smith, RT, London.